Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to our video. Today's video, we're here for Bakemonogatari episode 5. This is, I believe it was titling Mayo Snail Part 3 or something like that. Whatever. We're gonna hop right into this. Last episode, Shinjo Gahara has gone off to, Urino? That's not his name. Maybe it is. Alas. She's gone out to him to get help for Mayoi's situation here. And there's just some weird shit going on, to say the least. We can't get to her mother's house. And she is very cagey about some things. But Araragi's able to get her to open up pretty easily by giving her like money or something. So then she opens up pretty easily about what's going on. But yeah, she's terrified of Shinjo Gahara, and Shinjo Gahara apparently absolutely despises kids, which is an interesting development. And yeah, we're gonna see where we go in this episode. Per usual, feel free to check out the Patreon and Discord. Links are in the description below. As far as the Discord goes, we talk about current anime, past anime, current manga, past manga, and have non-anime conversations as well. And as far as the Patreon goes, you get exclusives and uncuts to all my reactions. So feel free to check out either of those of your own will. Now, the further up straight into Bakemonogatari episode 5. Yes. What? Okay. Wow, the least picky child of all time. Okay, yeah, you... Oh yeah, I forgot Araragi beat her up for the second time now, and then Hanekawa showed up. And I'm still waiting to see the backstory of what's going on with her and everything like that. But she also did mention not wanting to go home, something that Araragi is also postponing, and then Mayoi here is also unable to get to her mother's house, which is interesting, all three of those situations there. Alas, yeah, he beat her up again after she bit the fuck out of his hand. Why did she do that again? Why the hell did she bite the hell? Why the hell did she bite the hell out of his hand? I'm trying to. Oh, because he was trying to give her a head pat. He was trying to give her a head pat, and she bit the shit out of him to the point that he bled, which was crazy. Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, that is an interesting statement, considering how hard she bit him and the fact that she did literally draw blood. We'll see. Yeah, I already kind of forgot that Shinjo Gahara said apparently that we can figure this issue, or Urino said over the phone that apparently we can fix this issue with just Shinjo Gahara coming back here, so we'll see exactly how that's gonna go when she gets back. Oh boy, here we go. By the way, Hachikuji, the part about you having gone to your mom's house before was true, right? That's right, I don't tell lies. They're doing these red screens again, which fucked with me last time. I see. I don't get a headache. I don't have a headache like I did last time, thank God. But she got lost along the way because it had been so long. Most likely not, she'd come across the snail, so even if she'd seen it before, yeah, they mentioned the snail and all the above, on the phone call with Urino. But wait, why did they also mentioned that this should be an easier case to handle because it's not a god. Why did Hachikuji come across that snail in the first place? A reason. We're gonna figure out why exactly this snail is afflicting her. There was a reason why I was attacked by a vampire. There was one for Hanekawa and Shinjo Gahara too. There had to be a reason for Hachikuji as well. Yeah, I know this is a simple-minded way to look at it, but it's not like your goal is to get where you're going. It's just to meet your mom, right? It's very insensitive of you to say just, but yes. In that case, can't she just come and meet you? Even if you can't go to Miss Tsunade's home, it's not as if your mom is locked inside. That's impossible, actually. It's pointless. Hachikuji replied at once. That's impossible, it's pointless. I would have done that from the beginning if I could, but I can't. Remaining ghost. I can't even call my mom. The only thing I can do is visit her like this, even if I know I'll never get there. Interesting. Mayo Snail Part 3. Yeah, the eyes blinking. That's what you don't understand. Yeah, you don't want to be able to see your parents, especially if they're good parents, even after they divorce. You want to be able to see both of them. Whoa, that was quite a look she just gave him there. Well, yeah, he's kind of in an interesting situation. Well, that's with his siblings, though, to be fair. But it's for Mother's Day. Oh, And okay, here's a drawing of his dad. Never really rebelled against my parents for no reason or anything. Thank you, Mom and Dad Koyomi. Aww. How praiseworthy. Sprout quickly, persimmon seed. If you don't, I'll cut you with my claws. The monkey gave the persimmon seed to the crab. As my high school, I fell behind in my studies. I see. The siblings there. That's why I never grow up, she said. Yeah, that's definitely what she means. Like, you're never gonna mentally grow up if you can't confront these things. Fastest growers in your class. You know what? Just not even gonna comment on it. Just not even gonna comment on it. I'm pressing play now. That's crazy. Alright. I've got nothing to say about that. The allowance I promise you. He's trying to buy back her favor. Ow! Oh my god, are we gonna scrap for the third time? One in every episode he has fought her. What is happening right now? What is happening? What is happening right now? Oh my god. Yeah, there goes another bite. Trying to demand an apology. Oh my god, you absolute freak. What the fuck? Damn. What did that? This elementary school kid, what? This elementary school kid knew that expression. Yeah, for real. Knows about like virgin and groping chest. That's crazy. She's really trying to bite his ass. Oh my god. My budding feelings of guilt are gonna vanish completely. Oh, Jesus Christ. You rabid dog. What the fuck? Did she faint? Fighting her. Oh my god! Who had lost it in the face of an elementary school girl. And began forcefully subject. What? I really want to believe it isn't me. Wound. I mean, his wounds are healing. Yeah, you should. What the fuck? You fight your little sisters? Like fist fight your little sisters? So I apologize to the other. Oh, she added some extra raws like she did the first time. They keep doing these like spiral eyes. I don't know if it's just a stylistic choice, but that has happened on several different occasions throughout this arc in particular. I bit my bung. Yeah, you bit your tongue. Seen someone's name before. Really? I can't talk most of the time, so I do that shit all the time. Oh my god, we're back to this shit again. We're back to this shit again. Yeah, she shells and breasts, all you ever think about. She is sore? What is happening? Biting others, biting herself, what a busy one. After all that, we're back to a this episode has been a trip. No, that luckily did not happen. No, apparently Aranagi is not opposed to doing that to people. Yeah, probably where they got divorced. Not scuffles, but arguments. So that's good that they weren't actually like fighting. No DV. But I never saw it. I love mother. I love father.
お母さんのことが好きなんだよな。ええ、好きです。お父さんのことも好きです。お父さんとお母さんは喧嘩をされ。But I still love both of them. そっか。だからこそ不安です。Oh, Jesus. That seems to really hate my mom now. Oh. Okay, we get the truth here. Her dad is trying to stop her from going to see her mother. If I won't stop loving her someday if we're kept apart like this. Damn, we're finally getting to the deep root cause, or maybe not necessarily cause, but her deeper thoughts here. Hello, Senjogahara, welcome back. Did she hear all of that? It was Hanekawa. What, are you jealous or something? Why are you immediately on like the defensive here? Yeah, how can you smell that? This girl is crazy. Okay, that's just an ass. You really say that if a girl with the shape of her rear end? Oh my god, that's a lot of butts. Yeah, they put names to all of them, but no, yeah, I don't remember Araragi ever displaying an ability such as that. Senjogahara, man, I love her. It was a nice solid show. Jesus Christ! I know she's like quoting, but oh my god! What? That did not happen! No, you can't just brush on the fact that you just put words in his mouth. He never said that. Oshino, yes, it wasn't Urino's. Oshino. What is up with Hanekawa? Hanekawa, you jealous, girl? What's going on here? What's going on with this look here? You don't like Hanekawa? What's going on here? I need to apologize to you. What? There's one correct truth, but when it's observed from 2 points of view, the observers perceive 2 differing sets of data. Hold on. There's one correct truth, but when it's observed from 2 different points of view. It's true. They can see 2 different, like, the answer is still the same, but they see it 2 different ways. Two different ways to get to the answer, or 2 different ways to perceive what the innate truth is, or something like that. In this case, there's typically no way to determine which point of view is correct. Yeah, what is the corrective way to look at the truth? The only objectively correct thing is the truth itself. God damn, these bars are red. Prove yourself right in this world. Damn, this is all in quotes, so she is just completely quoting him, it seems like. It's equally wrong to determine that you must be mistaken in that case. I love that shot there of the eye with the bars and then Senjogahara in him. Yeah, I'm with Araragi here. Yeah, how does this whole like perceiving the truth in different ways have to do anything with this Mayoi situation? It'd be simple to be freed of the snail, the lost cow. Maybe also if you distance yourself from it. Oh. Distance yourself from the snail. Hold on. Accidentally, I thought I just switched subtitles on accident. No, I turned my volume down. Distance yourself from the snail. Is Hachikuji literally the snail? And Araragi has been effectively following said snail? Wait. What? Has he been the one afflicted this whole time? I need to let it play out, but hold that. Whoa. The second she said that, I was like, I got chills for a second. What? It's the person affected who approaches the oddity, not the other way around. And he approached her. All you do is distance yourself from the snail. And she's specifically talking to him. We're talking about, yeah, talking about Hachikuji, which... And then his eyes do the spiral thing that they've done on several different occasions. Like Hachikuji wants to follow the snail around. Even intentional. What? There's something wrong with me for more than 2 years. And so... Oh my god, he has sweating bullets. Oh, that subtitles are kind of cut off here a bit. Sorry about that. Maybe I'll have to extend it after this episode. You can see it for the most part. I'll fix that after this episode and extend it out because this is the first time they've had subtitles take up the entire screen. You who felt awkward because it was Mother's Day, and he was explaining to Hachikuji Mayoi that he has had this kind of awkward dynamic with his parents since entering high school because his grades have kind of tapered off. Fought with your little sisters and doesn't want to go home. A girl over there. So hold on. I can't see her. Only Araragi can see Mayoi. And the snail grows. Oh, it's like what the fuck? Hold on, this is crazy. I mean, I literally called it from the beginning that her backpack resembles that of like a snail's back. So did the snail disguise itself as this elementary school child? Or has she... Okay, there's still more to this. I think that she is a real person. I don't think she is innately the snail, but something has occurred here. Let's let it play out. To be honest, I have a lot of questions still. 10 years back. My mother, my father. Oh my god, whoa, the way they're doing this. All memories get worn down. She began forgetting about her mother, possibly. What the hell? They changed. This was money. They changed this image up here at the top to like a fish head. It was money before. Their only daughter was shocked. She could no longer be sure if the woman in them was her mother, just because it was her mother, Go meet her mother on Mother's Day. Maybe you were hated. Don't you think you were forgotten? Weren't you a bother for her? Whoa. What the fuck? Even so. Mother I loved you so. Ooh, that spell. I didn't realize that was spelling out something. Hold on, let's go back to the first instances of it. Just because it was her only daughter. That's different. Okay, we're gonna go to the beginning of this because I want to get all of those where the words are like flowing by. Just because it was her mother. Just because it was her only daughter. But even so, Mother I love you so much. Whoa. She died. The light was most certainly green. She died. Oh my god. So she went to go to her mother's house, but the only daughter never made it there because she got hit by a car. And that's why they're showing the traffic lights. And then as she says, but why? It's showing that it's red. It's showing red there. And then it changes to green. God, that imagery down there is terrifying. But really, why? The light was most certainly green. If possible, you too. So, okay. Did her dying turn her into the snail, or... I still have questions, but let's let this play out. But I think she died. Light was most certainly green. Jesus, please love me back. Oh my god. Yeah, she died that day and has been lost ever since.
cursed to never be able to find her way to her mother's house. Oh my god. That which couldn't reach its destination keeps others from returning home. Going around in circles. Hachikuji, a cursed pilgrimage. Oh my god, this whole time. So basically Senjo Gahara, the reason she didn't say something sooner and the reason she was apologizing is because she thought that she was just wrong in this instance. Because something was happening to her for, like she explained, for 2 years she thought something was happening to her, and so she thought in this instance something was wrong with her. That she was wrong for not being able to see Hachikuji. Oh, wow. And so that's why she's apologizing for not bringing it up sooner, that she couldn't see her. And so it probably just looked like Araragi was just fighting the air, and that's why whenever Senjo Gahara came over to him, she was so weirded out by it, not because he had beat up an elementary school student, but because he'd beat up nothing. He'd just been fighting the air, effectively. All I saw was you mumbling to yourself in front of that sign before miming out a crazed fight. Holy, that's crazy. Oh my god, he does look crazy just talking to himself. He's literally fighting the air. I had no clue what you were doing. That he looks insane. Oh my god. That's why she apologized to you. I can't see what you see, yeah. Yeah, like I just explained. Yeah. The one who'd come across the snail was me. Yep. Someone who is scared about or nervous about going home and is trying to stay away ran into a being that specializes in that. For you to meet one, you have to wish to not. So is there a lot of these snails? Does that mean that when a person dies in an incident or something, or is unable to find their way and something happens to them, do they become a snail? Because obviously Oshino said this is not a god. This snail is not a god, and it's very easy to break away from said snail and be able to return to like finding your way or things like that. Does that happen because there's multiple of these snails that exist out there, because anybody could have run into a situation like Hachikuji? And Hanekawa saw her too. Oh my god. Hanekawa saw. Oh my god. What the fuck? Hanekawa saw, acknowledged, and talked to Mayoi after saying she didn't want to go home. I even mentioned that earlier this episode. Earlier this video, I said both Araragi and Hanekawa and Mayoi all have issues where, Mayoi couldn't find her way, but I mentioned that Araragi and Hanekawa both didn't want to go home. Oh my, that's crazy foreshadowing. Holy shit. Wow. I cannot believe that. But we've all thought that before, yeah. So then, like, if you don't want to go somewhere, you should be seeing snails all the time, effectively. So why did Araragi in this one instance see her? In theory, everybody should be seeing these snails all the time. This is on the assumption that there is multiple of them. Should be seeing them all the time. Yep, right. Cut to Hanekawa as a troubled, warped one. That'll be interesting when we end up delving into her character, because I know at some point, I've still talked about this like every episode, at some point we are going to go into a flashback covering what we saw in that like first beginning segment of the first episode, and probably cover Hanekawa's story as well. That's why it's so easy to deal with a lost cow. Yep. But damn, that's going to be difficult. He's growing a connection to Hachikuji here. That is so much easier said than done. I bet you Hachikuji was actually very happy to find someone who could see her and someone she could interact with. Not a particularly powerful one. You just have to separate yourself. Yeah, that's not possible. I don't think. Mm-hmm. She's not there nor anywhere else. Like I said, yep, she's dead. She died in a car crash. Yep. She seems to exist in this kind of space in between life and the afterlife. Yeah, okay, there you go. That confirms what I was talking about earlier, my theories. Yeah, she became the snail, effectively, because of the experience she went through, which in theory implies that that can happen to anybody. They can become the snail. Oh my god. Me and Hanako. She did do that. That was the first thing she said to both Aranagi and Hanekawa. And she ended up liking both of them. Oh my god, she said that to purposefully try to distance herself. I would assume she was very happy to have a person who could see her and she could possibly interact with, but at the same time, she purposefully tried to send them on their way and get them away from her, to not help her in what she was doing. She meets because she doesn't want them to follow her. Yep. Damn, oh my god, I need to go back and watch those other two episodes now. I can't even imagine the amount of, like, foreshadowing that are in them, outside of what they've already revealed here. Yeah, but... well, what can we do? She's dead. Can we take her to Oshino and help her pass on to the next life, or pass on to the afterlife? I have no idea what we can do for her. We don't understand. I'm feeling like you have to say such things. Even though you're all alone. Is what he wants to do. Because he's the only one who can see her, because he's the only one who's made this connection with her, he feels a duty to take her to her mother's house to save her, effectively. Now I know I do. And immediately wanted to help her. Yeah, he's a very kind soul. Why is that so? You save me because I'm me. Or, as I'm assuming she's probably about to say, no, you just save people because that's who you are. Seems like that wasn't it. You'll save anyone. It's not an exaggeration now. Really? But never did a single thing, and yet, even after she threatened him, stapled his mouth and all the above, he still went out of his way to help her. He still went out of his way to help her. Damn, this is okay. I'm in now. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I enjoyed the first 4 episodes. Don't get me wrong, I did very much enjoy said episodes, but I don't think it had really hooked me yet, if that makes sense. I liked Senjo Gahara's arc and I liked the end of it, but there were still a lot of questions I had about this world and everything like that, and now this arc here with Mayoi has done a lot more world building, a lot more character building for Senjo Gahara and Araragi, with Mayoi involved as well. This episode is really good. The way that everything of the past 2 episodes has built up into this and how they've slowly revealed it throughout the episode, this is really good. I think this finally got the hook in me here. This is really good. This is my favorite episode so far, for sure. It's so good. Talking about Araragi's character, Senjo Gahara, talking about, the different ways to see. There is one truth, but there's different ways to look at it, because Araragi was dealing with a different set of information than Senjo Gahara was, and so the truth was what it was, that she's not there, but obviously Senjo Gahara was using information from gauging her past experiences and then what was going on with Araragi, and she trusted that he was probably in the right, and Araragi, of course, having no reason to think otherwise, thought that Mayoi was just real, but the truth was the same no matter what. They just looked at it from different perspectives, and then after talking to Oshino, she apologized because she didn't say something sooner, and they could have gotten to the root of this issue much quicker instead of having Araragi get super attached to Hachikuji like he has now. But I think even whether he'd gotten attached to her or not, he would have wanted to help her. That is very clearly the kind of person that Araragi is at his core. This episode's so good. I just love it. So let's see what we're gonna do for her. I really do think it's gonna be something like setting her free from this snail curse, trying to bring her to Oshino, even though Oshino can't see her. Maybe you'll have some ritual or something to do to set her free, or somehow get her to her mother's, but her mother wouldn't be able to see her. So I don't know what the end goal is going to be here, but the journey so far in this episode has been fucking incredible. This is so good. That's a very interesting way to put that. That is a very interesting way to put that. The only one who was anything like you, Araragi-kun, was you. Not the only one who did anything about it. Not the only one who tried to help. Because she probably tried to get help from a bunch of people. But the only one who was anything like Araragi in the way that they help anyone and everyone in any way they can, in any way he can, is him. She's the only person like him that she has come across. I really love the way she phrases that. Yes, exactly. What a genuine smile from her there. Oh, interesting, like, dead-looking eyes from Miss Hachikuji here. The odds would work just this time. I'm assuming that Oshino probably assumed that Araragi would want to help her. That's my guess, is that the reason that there's another message here to add on is Oshino probably assumed, and Senjogahara agreed, that Araragi, being the kind of person that she assumed he was, would want to do this, and he has proven her correct. How, though? The snail literally keeps us away.
I love you.
What? What? Huh? What an odd time for a confession, Senjogahara. I mean, I got the vibe that you kind of already had a thing for him when talking about the whole Hanakawa situation, but and you know, obviously she's just kind of a weirdo, so she's kind of hard to get a read on in the first place, but she's definitely obviously been way more friendly with him, and they've had conversations back and forth, and I love their banter. It's very wordy and witty at times, but it's fun to talk about and read and dissect and stuff. And yeah, I kind of got the feeling that the more she learns about him and the more that he proves that she is the kind of person he is the kind of person that she truly thinks he is, I think the more she actually maybe falls for him. Or this has something to do with what they're about to go do, and she's just saying that for whatever they're about to go do or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. That could be a genuine confession, and if so, very interesting timing for said confession. But, you know, knowing this series, it might have something to do with what we're about to go do. We'll see. If this is a confession, though, my god, what a Senjogahara way to confess. Confessing in English in this odd situation. Oh, she's walking behind him again. Also, that was just not subtitled. Oh, then it couldn't accumulate essential new information as memories. It was a ghost type oddity, and then it couldn't accumulate essential new information as... Oh, is that why she can't find her way? Because she was having to probably use directions to get to her mother's house, but after she passed, she can't accumulate the new essential information needed to make her way there, which is why she constantly loops again and again and again, and she can't find it because her brain cannot compute or lock in that essential new information that she needs. In other words, knowledge. And that's also why we don't know how long she's been a snail, how long she's been in this loop, but she never changes from a kid either. She's just always in this kid mentality the entire time. She doesn't mature mentally or anything like that. Because, like I said, we don't know how long she's been doing this.
I was about to call Shinigami, who didn't even see it, to lose her way. Yeah, how did we suddenly find it? She could never find it before. But what it didn't know, it didn't know. Oh, maybe if we just look up, like, Asuna-de-san's house, and we don't use the directions that Mayoi has, then we can maybe find the house in question. Is it gone? Is the mother's house gone? Using a route made up of only new roads means that a lost cow will be unable to react. An hour going somewhere. It shouldn't even take 10 minutes when we reached our destination. Entry prohibited. It was just an empty lot. She finally found her way and her mother's house isn't even there. Aww, is she seeing, maybe she's seeing like an actual house or something, or that just helped her pass on? Yeah, just actually finding her mother's house, even if in the present day it is an empty lot, finding it allowed her to pass on. Damn, what a sad arc. Oh my god, what a sad arc. Holy shit. That sucks. I really would have enjoyed having her around as like a mainstay character, but no, that's it. Yep. You looked halfway cool there. Thanks. That's not what I'm talking about. Oh my god, so that was a genuine confession. That was a completely genuine confession. That was just an excuse. Really? So, okay, I think I might be misremembering my reaction, so I apologize if I am, but I feel like at the time I had a kind of sense of like she was trying to get him to do something like this on purpose, like she was really trying to get him to do something like ask her out or something. I might be misremembering what I said in my reaction, so I apologize if I am, but I feel like I had gotten a vibe or something like that. But the whole reason she was trying to get him to do that was to get him to be like, okay, well, will you date me? Because I think they had a whole conversation about like girlfriends and things like that, if I'm not mistaken. During all of that banter, there was a lot of it, so I'm sure I'm forgetting or missing pieces of it. But that was like the whole first half of the first part of the Mayoi Snail arc here was them bantering back and forth, and I'm pretty sure a girlfriend even got brought up in there at some point. So you can, that's crazy that's what she was trying to get him to do, and when he wouldn't do it, she just confessed to him, and then now he's trying to conceptualize it and make it be like, no, that's not actually, you know, or something like that. You're just trying to do something for me. Like you said, you wanted to pay me back. That's what you're trying to do right now. And she's like, no, that was an excuse. I wanted you to ask me out. I am in love with you. And she is like doubling down on it, so there's no room for misunderstanding. It would be very interesting to date this girl. She is like a top tier weirdo. And I mean that in the nicest way. Guess you'll save anyone. I think I still would have found you special. Wow. More gracious than I intended. Fine talk. Aw, that's actually so sweet. That's so sweet. But she knows the kind of person you are and has now confirmed that to be the case. She was already into you before that, as she said. She was literally trying to get you to ask her out before this whole situation unfolded. And now that it's even further confirmed, she wants to get to know you even better. And, you know, she loves talking with you, which, shit, that's like one of the biggest things for a partner. If you want a partner, you gotta love being around them and love talking to them. Otherwise, a relationship is not gonna work in the first place. And so she's already got a good foundation here and wants to get to know more about you. I really don't know if he's gonna start dating her. That'd be very interesting, but we'll see. Yep.
That face! He cannot believe what he's hearing. I want to make the effort and get to love you. That's very interesting. So she may not know if her feelings for him are exactly love yet, but she has enough fun talking to him, and she really likes what kind of person he is, and so she wants to get to know him better, get closer to him, and a good way to do that would be dating, and then she can get closer to him and continue to love him more and more and more. She wants to put in that effort to have a relationship with him. Just think of it this way. Oh god, they're doing this thing again. They haven't done this much, but sorry about it getting cut off. Like I said, I'll fix it for the next episode. And you guys on Patreon, this won't matter at all because it's the whole box, but you know. Anyway. In a dismal turn, you caught the eye of a love-starved psycho virgin who falls for anyone who shows her the slightest bit of kindness. Jesus! You're trying to help it make him easier for him to accept or something here? Crystal evil at your life. It wasn't your day having her fall in love. With that being the situation. Oh, damn. I'm gonna look down on you. Damn, she's forcing you to give her a response right now. I could bear this woman only so much. Oh, more of a promise than a condition. I love this piano OST. This is incredible. Pretending we can see something we can't, or pretending we can't see something we can. Well, there you go. This is his condition to date, is that he wants open communication at all times. Sounds pretty reasonable if you ask me. She want to hold hands? Do you think you could say it out loud for me? Yeah, because he said about I want this one condition, but then he never actually fully outwardly said we're dating now, and so they could kind of leave it up in the air whether they actually are or not. So she's like, no, bitch, say it right now. Are we dating or not? Huh? Snow Sleep Park. Oh, he went back home. Oh my god. I will not take a single step from home. Hold on, wait. Senjogahara fascination. Okay, I'm gonna let this play out. My brain is not computing what this scene means, what he's saying here. Senjogahara fascination? I hope it catches on. Is he basically shutting her down? Like, no? Like, I hope your feelings for me catch on, and so I have feelings for you too? I might be so misinterpreting that scene. I'm gonna let this play out, but I might be so misinterpreting this scene here. She smiles after he says it. I absolutely won't go out. I will stay home no matter what, Koyomi. You should definitely be at home on Mother's Day next year from your sisters. It seems that was enough, so he promised to them on the calendar here that he'd be here. It was enough of an apology for them to forgive him. Second scene we've seen of them ruffling the fuck out of his bed. It happened at the end of Senjogahara's arc the first time. Targeted my sister's ire, I see. Oh, Jesus. Oh my god. Well, you became the target of their ire because they're trying to wash the fucking bed sheets and you wouldn't get out of bed. What? Aragi? Wait, what? A bound ghost to a wandering one. Oh, so she didn't I mean, effectively, I guess if you are a ghost, you are in the afterlife. So she was freed from her situation of being forever lost. Great, she didn't fully die. Okay, that's awesome. She will be a mainstay character. I really liked her dynamic with Araragi. It was very funny. So that's awesome. So she's just going to be a ghost that exists in this world now, and now I would assume that everybody else like Senjogahara and them who have connections to the supernatural can probably see her, I would assume. That's awesome! The fact that their first thing is her saying his name wrong. Of course, I'm sorry, I bit my tongue. That dumb gag they were doing back and forth. A posthumous promotion, if you will.
荒木さん、私しばらくはこの辺りうろうろしていると思いますから見かけたら話しかけてくださいね。
Aww. That was great. Seems like there might be a lot left. Oh no, this is a preview. Yeah, it's a preview. That was great. That was fucking awesome. What a great conclusion to this arc. That was, wow. Yeah, this is definitely my favorite episode so far, for sure. Absolutely, for sure. And like I said, I could be horribly misinterpreting. I might even look up what the interpretation to that scene is, but I also don't want to look it up in case it's like something we're not supposed to immediately understand. And that's something you'll catch on in the next couple episodes or something like that. If it is something that I am supposed to understand, please tell me in the comments. This will be out on YouTube way later, so the Patreon comments will probably tell me, and then I will talk about it at the beginning of the next video. So that would be great if you would fill me in if I'm misunderstanding that, or if I'm understanding it correctly. That'd be great. Whatever the result is of what the comments have to say about it, I'll talk about it at the beginning of the next video. So anyway, incredible. This arc was so good. This whole last episode here, pulling everything from the first two episodes together, because I will say, like, I didn't dislike the first two episodes, but they felt very all over the place. There was a lot going on. I had a lot of questions, and it was a lot of just banter back and forth between Araragi and Hachikuji. And at the end of the day, this episode tied everything in so well. All the foreshadowing that was done with Hanakawa, Senjo Gahara, Hachikuji herself, and then the fact that it ties into Araragi's problem and how his problem innately with the snail and everything, literally her being the snail in question with him approaching her, the way all of that tied in was absolutely phenomenal. Incredible episode here. And like I said, easily my favorite episode so far. But yeah, I'm excited to see where we go from here. I don't know what the next arc is going to be. I typically don't look at these at all, or don't look into them at all, but I'm assuming we'll get a new opening, so there will be a reaction to that. And yeah, incredible episode here. I really love the character, not even necessarily character development, but it's just giving us a deeper understanding of Araragi as a character is the way I would put it. He's not developing at all necessarily here. This is just who he already is, and we're learning more about him. I think that's another reason why I enjoyed this arc, and particularly this episode as a whole, was because it really feels like we're finally getting to learn more about these characters. The first like situation with Senjo Gahara was very just introducing you to the world and to these two characters here, and then this arc we've dove a lot deeper into them with their banter between each other, Araragi's banter with Hachikuji, and then talking about his character as a whole and things like that towards the end of this episode. I think it was a great way, and the whole point of that was to say the reason I am enjoying this episode as much was naturally because it was very well written with all the foreshadowing ties in and everything that I mentioned prior, but the characterization of our characters, like I love Hachikuji, she's awesome, and then Araragi, I love the more characterization we got from him. It really feels like I'm getting to know these characters finally and getting to know this world better, and now that that has occurred with the great writing that has happened in this arc, this series has finally really sunk its hook in me. I'm hooking my hand here. It's finally sunk its hook into me, and I'm fully on board now. I knew I was gonna like this series, but it was taking a second for me to get truly into it over the past couple episodes, over the first 4 episodes, and I think this one really truly did it here. So I'm super excited to see where the series is gonna take me. I think Bakemonogatari is 15 episodes if I'm not mistaken. Let me check. Yeah, 15 episodes. So we were 5 episodes down, 10 left to go of Bakemonogatari, but I think that is going to wrap it up for my reaction to Bakemonogatari episode 5. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you all have a good day.